afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacast. Me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, the only sanctioned source of Cavalry entertainment of hit or 1 vs 1 on Angoville. Yes, indeed, Angoville. Not Angoville. In the north, it is Jesulin fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Taking on the role here with the 3rd Armored Division. In the south, it is Brosras fighting for the Wehrmacht, Deutschland. Forming up here, the elite Panzer Lehr Panzer Division with Lightning War Spearhead and Jaeger Infantry versus Jesulin's mechanized heavy cavalry and recon support with triple infantry bullets in there as well. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. We're off here to your scheduled entertainment here. We got Grenadiers MG42 there for Brosras as he pushes westwards. Jesulin similarly is focusing on the western half here of Angoville for now. Jesulin's going straight here for the field point, and one carbines clenched tightly in their hands, ready to shoot any krauts at the slightest side of anything krautish. MG42 following up into the Pioneers, going straight here for the point next to the field point. Probably going to set up an anchor point here to then fight for the field point with. Grenadiers got almost done. More rifling out there for Jesulin. Sandbags up there, of course. He might have to use the safe hay nearby because he can't quite get the machine gun close enough without aid, giving away to his opponent too easily, giving them too easy a chance to rush. And there you go. Rifling on to find this case, they note they weren't quite full in covers. The MG42 was able to get an angle on them where they could get immediately suppressed. Like you have to be probably behind heavy cover for it to apply against the machine gun and suppressive fire, so keep that in mind. Grenadiers following up here on the first Grenadier squad, which is moving up to the secure territory behind here. Pioneers take advantage of the initial gap there where they're suppressed to move up and go for the field point before setting up here. Probably anticipating a flank here. Good sense that Brosras, of course, rifling some up on the other side. He will need Grenadiers and other things to cover up there, but still, he is very much, of course, trying to deal with all this, and now the machine gun is on its own. The Grenadiers need to get up there faster, and now, of course, the flank he was ready for, he no longer is, because then focus on the rifling up front, so he needs to get the other troops back in here. Grenadiers squad number 2 arriving, but it's going to be a bit late here to the party. Bravo squad once more suppressed here, but the MG42 is quickly being cleared out. Brosras will have to retreat it. Now, in fact, it might even be too late, and it does risk being wiped out. Second Grenadier squad arriving to help deal with the rifling here by, well, the machine gun, and there you go, almost got a full wipe them Jesulin in the early game. Of course, now these chaps are suppressed, he needs to deal with them again. So right now, bit of a rough start here for Brosras. He's all beginning to dispatch forces eastwards, realizing that with Jesulin focusing heavily there, the Pioneers are probably better served trying to, deal with the rest of the map, allowing him to then focus with his combat troops on the west side. Of course, already Jesulin got a 3rd Bravo squad ready to then further block a push for the guard point. Back here, MG42 almost good to go once more for Brosras. He could consider another MG42 versus Jesulin. 2 machine guns, while certainly would be a bit tricky to deal with, could also maneuver around more effectively here versus Jesulin's forces, and that way put some pressure on him that way. Looks like he's slowly in fact beginning to maybe just consider switching eastwards fully, and it's leaving only a small amount of infantry to keep Jesulin's attention focused on the west side, allowing to secure the eastern side more effectively. We'll have to see though. More Grenadiers there for Brosras, so that's, I mean, it could be a triple Grenadier doubling before 2 start, though those I would say are pretty rare nowadays. Rather than going forward, he's going to need the MG4 to back them up here. Going points here, moving eastwards. Got rifling in there, perhaps Jesulin starting to sense that he is moving eastwards there, having not seen a lot of troops to the west side. Very good read then there by Jesulin, very good read, and certainly he'll be rewarded for that read. Imagine we got taken there with the company command post up for Jesulin. Interesting move there, not the platoon command post. Normally what you'd expect to see more commonly, but clearly Jesulin has other things in mind there. Grenadiers are rifling again by the fuel point. They're defending it quite vigorously. MG42 doing the rifling by the far east. Almost got the eastern fuel point, but he's risking losing the calf point. Going to need forces up to deal with that. Might need a flamethrower Pioneer squad. Machine gun being pushed back here as its flank is so exposed. Back here reinforcement. No tech up yet for Brosras. And rifling there going for the calf point. Very good there by Jesulin. Got the fuel point, but he's going to lose the connection any moment now.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
So he's going to need to fix that up pretty fast. Quickly suppressed here. The Grenadiers push in. They're finally having a chance to get up close and force them off the field point. Very good. Fighting for the eastern point. The Grenadiers are getting some good hits on the rifle. Flamethrowers are happening as well for the Pioneers, preventing Jesulin hit moves in the house against Brosras here, allowing him to quickly gain the calf point as well. Good timing there by Brosras. Rifle push back here. Jesulin suddenly finding himself a slightly more rough rebuffed here. Captain has been equipped with a BAR, already increasing firepower there versus Brosras' infantry. Still no tech up there for Brosras, certainly starting to look a bit like a notable oversight. No sign of doctrine there as well for either side as of yet. MG42 ready in the west. He's going to grab a lot more there as well, so soon Brosras will have both fuel points under his control fully, which is good for Brosras. Less outstanding there though for Jesulin, and certainly could prove to be a long-term problem. We got the mechanized command post up. Right, going to be a fast half track out there here for Jesulin versus Brosras. And we got the tech up there finally happened for Brosras. So I'd say rather late. He could definitely get that one up sooner. And I could begin, already by now, I think, push out, say, Panzer Grenadiers here versus Jesulin. Or, just get out some fast tech. But there we are. Medic bunker would also, I think, soonish be a good idea there for Brosras. Seizing the western point, grabbing the eastern point here. Losing eastern fuel points. So a lot of action already. Half track on the way there for Jesulin, very much as expected. And there you go. Straight commit here to Jaeger. Infantry for Brosras with the command squad arriving here to support the Panzer Lehr. Look at the like to make a nice company up there for Brosras as well. There'll probably be some 2-2s here. I mean, he could also go for Pack 40s versus the half track. Rifling up the west side, going for a deeper flank there, possibly versus Brosras. I imagine we'll be seeing some G43s and possibly some ambush camouflage in the MG42. That's going to be very nice. And there you go, Captain under fire here, command squad charging in. G43 singing a dirge for them. And the west take on these versus Rifleman. MG42 car, being shifted up there. He will get into the heavy cavalry again there versus the MG42. Then again, someone might be poking their head out too far and be suppressed. Otherwise, the command squad should be able to threaten with a flank and a rifle grenade. Like if he moves up here, specifically up here, and then fires a rifle grenade, it will go the heavy cover forcing it. But no, he just rushes straight ahead there. I mean, that also works. That also works. Half take about done there for Jesulin and the 3rd Armoured Division. Rifle there almost taken up with the command squad. We've got 2 kills so far though. Machine gun cannon one here from the fuel point. No sign of anything further there from Jesulin. Or Brosras, we got the Pack 40. Obviously anticipating the half check, having seen the captain. He's quickly shifting up his tactics there. Half track good to go. Seizing the eastern fuel. Or at least moving towards it. Probably not quite seizing it. There you go, straight into the half track of the command squad. Does get a Panzerfaust off there, landing a nice hit here on the M15A1 half track, though nothing to sort of seriously finish it off there. MG42 gaining veterans 1, very good there for Brosras, let's go for Jesulin. And back here we got reinforcement going on there. Medic bunker could still be an eventually good investment there for Brosras. So we'll have to see when it happens. Pioneer's there low on health as a rear censor, also low on health. And he just successfully push away there, but he will need to retreat the Pioneer soon before they get wiped. And there you go, Brosras building up the bunker, Pack 40 around there, the Panzer Abwehrkanone 40. Fix up the half track there. Back here, ambulance out for Jesulin. No sign of anything further there. Of course, with Jesulin, it's quite clear his opponent has gone for Jaeger infantry, since obviously there's no other doctrine that has access to the Jaeger command squad. So that obviously creates. Oh, we got ambush camouflage on the MG42. Very good there. Increases the accuracy for I think 5 seconds, gives us a nice boost to DPS, and then overall an ambushed MG4 is in fact really good in particular to get high veterans on it, combined with the insane armor piercing rounds can actually do some serious damage to infantry. Really solid. Plus, I mean, an ambushed MG42 can also, again, with veterans and the armor piercing rounds actually work as a counter to a sniper. There's nothing quite as satisfying as killing a net sniper with an MG42 they did not expect. Rather than the command squad backed up with grenades going here, hard at it. Rifle squad, they're pushing back the grenades. Second squad with Johnny and MG42 there, nowhere near to be seen at the moment. And right now, Brosras' left flank is looking pretty weak. There's Jesulin sitting with more infantry than he's got. And of course, the lack of the machine gun means he can't find it fixing. Oh dear, almost got a wipe here on the rifleman. But man, one man runs, one man lives. The running man. Pushing freshly into these there, I think with Pioneers, yes indeed. Your heavy cavalry out there for Jesulin, very much the standard doctrine as always. Lots of effective abilities, and of course the M26 Pershing heavy tank. After coming up there, Pack 40 needs to be careful it doesn't get cleared out, but at the same time, if you can get off some hits and take out the half jet, that'd be great for Brosras. Gonna use the right up of the rifleman, back here, troops reinforcing. MG42 back in action. And the half track shoots, but doesn't quite land any hits. Pioneers grabbing the victory point, got reasons there by the carve point. Aggressor Rasmussen, command squad reinforcing, close to victory 2, gonna be saying eastwards. No sign anything upgradey for them. Ambushed machine gun ready to go once more. Close to victory 2, and there you go, on the rifle there. Captain there quickly finding himself sword in a few pieces there. Gunny's pushing in there, looks like he might try and swing hard east again here versus Jesulin. Of course, that across the Pack 40 being knowledge, Jesulin can just move the half tech towards it and deal with it. And I think what he's doing is basically trying to destroy the tank trap with the Pack 40, that way preventing Jesulin from being able to use the heavy cavalry against him. He's been caught by the rifleman, and again with that machine gun, it's going to be a bit tricky here for the Brosras. Not impossible to get the flamethrowers up in time. Also, he should probably hoping here that Jesulin doesn't go for grenades. That'd be a great grenade there for Jesulin. There we go, half-tech moving in. Very much as anticipated, since, I mean, if the Pack 40 is in the west and a good chunk of Brosras infantry in the east, why would he keep the half-tech in the west? So there go Grenadiers routed. In fact, Brosras' eastern push has very much been defeated there in style by Jesulin. Captaining up against the Grenadiers, not great yet for them. Nothing further going on in Jesulin's space, though we got weapon racks up, increasing the firepower there with BARs, and of course, rearsen's can be equipped with bazookas down the road when it becomes necessary. Captain has been upgraded with double bars, very good. Unless for the Germans. In which case, it's kinda bad. Troops are reinforcing. No sign of further tech there for Brosras as of yet. Though he certainly could begin considering it. Got the western fuel point there, half turning about. Troops there on watch. Grenadiers reinforcing. Grenadier Pioneer setting out here for the eastern point. Half tech rolling out there, close to Veterans 1, but not quite. Gonna go for deep flank, try and catch, I think, Brosras there off guard. Very good. Finding around here, catching the Pack 40 in a bad spot. Pioneers was rifling here, a lot of action. Half take looks like it's going to be a bit more cautious now. Or is he just going to drive straight into the Pack 40? Now that'd be a bit weird, but there you go. M42 trying to deal with the rear echelons. Jaeger command's going to deal with rifling moving up the left flank. Ambush bonus there as well. They get something automatically. They basically start with ambush camouflage on them. So there you go, landing some great hits. Then the rifleman causing heavy casualties amongst Jesulin's riflemen. If he's lucky, a bar 2 might drop, which then Brosras can pick up here. Places have been slowly cleared out, and they got the pack out on the weather for Jesulin, put pressure there on Brosras' infantry. Ralph's got there pushed away. Eastern side, they got a slow push, but there you go, half track once more, stopping that one in its tracks. We got take over there for Brosras, and the Panzer Lehr Panther as Jesulin is, well, not taking up as he's going for that pack howitzer. And these being equipped here with the G40 fleets when increase the firepower as the riflemen notably. Also allows them to fight more on their terms, but being more maneuverable with it. If they've gone for light machine, they overgive them more DPS, but at the same time they can't quite easily move around with it. So, but there you go, Pack 40 moving up there. Threatening a half track if he can actually land a hit. There we go, quick hit, direct hit in fact, taking the half track down to half health. Captain here, finding out this is Grenadiers, slowly being bled out. And in the far west, Jaeger command squad about to get hit by 2 rifle squads, going for deep flank there. Nice work by Jesulin. Making good use of the terrain there, trying to catch his opponent off guard. And versus 2 rifle squads, the command squad is not going to do too well there, I think. There you go, quickly force play machine's going to need to be over there. Captain is slowly bleeding out here, but he's still tying up 2 Grenadier squads quite nicely. We'll have to see how Brosras reacts. Then he does that, we'll bring up the machine gun there. Take up down, but nothing further there. Moving eastwards there with Pioneers. A lot of action, and there we go. Pack howitzer prompts a swift retreat there from Brosras' Grenadiers, and there you go, ambush machine gun opening up. Slowly, I'm afraid, in fact, the ambush bonus wears off because, as it turns out, the shrubbery is in the way, which can be a bit difficult at times to tell, like, if something's blocking the line of sight or not. In this case, it was, in particular, I think, a bit awkward to see if it was and wasn't. But there you go, Pioneers, like, going to be used to build the support core, while keeping the Pioneers to the front line. Grenadiers, all of that setting out there for Brosras. The faster can get out some armor, the better. I mean, a fast Austrian right now, in fact, I think could work out quite nicely here for Brosras, since, I mean, Jesulin has been denied so much fuel more consistently by Brosras, but also he's gone for the half track. I mean, you know, we know he's not going to be pushing immediately for tanks. I mean, an Austrian here could be a good, like, so say, opportunity weapon for Brosras to maybe overwhelm Jesulin, since he's starting to enter tank weapons at the moment as well, and he does have 1 Pack 40, so it does turn out that Jesulin's going for tanks anyways. He's not completely bugged, like you see, rush for the armor support core there without any sort of packs and like that. I would recommend a Stuhl, for example, or Panther 4, but when he does have Pack 40 and is able to, say, somewhat consistently denies opponent fuel, yeah, now Austrian could be an idea to rush out there for Brosras. We'll see, we'll see. It will be my recommendation, but at least a possibility to consider, though. Now, of course, not a hard demand. We got Jesulin over the anti-tank gun. He's got plenty of resources, but he's spending a lot of manpower on other things he's not able to take up yet. So again, Austrian could be a really good pick here. Troops reinforcing healing. Season needs some fuel point back, though. Play fire raining down. Pack 40 hanging back. Need to get some of that fuel, though, of course. Can go for the Austrian now. Of course, he may just go for the Panzer 4, but again, Austrian will have more impact as the infantry, and of course, the half track, I would say, more immediately. But yeah, it does look like the more conventional Panzer 4 move there by Brosras. And certainly conventional doesn't necessarily mean bad. But anyways, there we are. They got wrapping up, needs to start Jaeger command squad to deal with that. Tech 40 trying to get into good position where they can catch the half track. Could try probably into any armor piercing rounds here to help the captain. And there you go, Jaeger command squad is wrapping up close, but the wrapping up very much overwhelming thanks to the BARs, the Browning automatic rifles, losing some point here. Pioneers was reasons there. A lot of action going on. And the Jaeger command squad bites the dust there, but he's about to be able to go for the Panzer 4. I mean, which is going to give Brosras or Jesulin also a hard time there. At least versus the rifleman. Pioneer seeing with the reactions here, almost got them cleared out. They got 404 by the way versus 472 victory points. Bit of a lead there to Jesulin over Brosras, and the Panzer Lehr, Panzer Division, tank traps by the way, finally put to rest. Gundy is routed. Season Eastern point. We got telemines down there. Cheeky. Probably go down with some on the western side of the map when you have a better chunk of it, but that's just me. Also, this could be a good spot to mine. In fact, that's what Jesulin's done with a single line to tank mine. Got the Panther almost done there for Brosras. Jesulin, I think, is taking up now. We've still noticed a bit of drop in the fuel, yes indeed, but he will be behind on tanks here compared to Brosras. Panther 4 shoots, misses. Adding the pin lock machine, of course, is always a good idea there for the Panther 4. Increases its DPS and makes it much more consistent. There's Infantry. There you go, Raven taking a lot more damage. One of these joining in here. Rifle squad routed. Half checking these, pushing away the Pioneers there. And we got mines joining in this, so the mines slightly won't matter much, unfortunately for Brosras, but of course fortunately for Jesulin. Very fortunately. Panther 1 hops with the MTM, can clear it out and destroy it. That'd be pretty great here with Brosras and a bit of a problem for Jesulin. Almost got it here. Machine gun, main gun just tearing into the anti-tank and crew down to just 2 men. And there we go. Should be able to destroy it here. We got smoke being called in on the anti-tank gun. Nice work there by Jesulin. Obviously knows if we lose the anti-tank gun, but also it's going to have a much better chance against him. There you go, man, recruit it. And then proceeds to haul it away again. So nice save there by Jesulin. Captain there being slowly murdered out here by a lot of Brosras infantry. In fact, we could see a wipe here from all the G43s. Jesulin could get lucky again and the unit escapes, and that exactly is what happens in these here Pioneers' reasons. Fresh Jaeger command squad out for Brosras, calling in more troops that way. Certainly a good unit to call in. 300 manpower for a 5-man squad with 3 G43s and ambush camouflage is for them a really good value. And I do mean really good value. Needs to fight a bit more efficient for the fuel now. Jesulin here probably going to go for Sherman or Jackson here. He could transfer up for the Pershing, he's not too far off, and that could give Brosras a bit of a hard time if he does. Troops healing reinforcing. Going here for the eastern point again. Panther finding out being pushed back over the anti-tank gun, which Jesulin's been able to rapidly bring back to the front line, hitting the points here. Didn't quite grab the fuel pump, got the machine gun being set up for that. Half fleet of actually free there, by the way, so good. And the eastern fuel point is once more there to Brosras and the Panzer Lehr as Jesulin, the 3rd Armoured, frantically scrabble to deal with the German advances. In the west, Rifle they're being slowly cut here apart by the G43 Willing Grenadiers. But of course, once up close with dull bars, the odds for the Rifle go up noticeably. And down for the Germans. Catching the captain over the MG42 again, ambushing, quickly just hosing them down, closing the Red Team in fact. Got the eastern point, ground the eastern fuel point as well. And repositions the machine gun. Probably due to worries about pack howitzer fire, which could quickly clear out his machine gun if he does not reposition it. So good response there by Brosras. And in fact, they got artillery raining down there pretty swiftly. So good handling of the machine gun there by Brosras. Pushing for the eastern fuel and big munition point. Then we got the half-track moving in. Setting up the Jaeger command squad there just to sort of be ambushed. Panther Force on the west, and you might want to try and get over to the east, in particular now he's actually managed to sprint and panzer fast the half-track. Could be a good opportunity there for Brosras to finish off the half-track, leaving Jesulin without any light vehicles. But yeah, definitely going there for the Pershing. He's not going for any armor right now. He's definitely feeling confident he can pull it off, and it certainly looks like he can. Maybe a fast Osman could have slightly changed things up. They again put more pressure on Jesulin on a more immediate basis and made it hard for him to go for the Pershing without losing a lot there, but hard to say. And versus the Pershing, obviously the Panther force is going to be a lot better because we actually damage the Pershing more reliably, but second pack 40, so yeah, Brosras is likely anticipating. I mean, he's seen the smoke screen, he knows his opponent doesn't have urban assault, which is the only real dogs in a smoke like that for the Americans. So he's likely anticipating the Pershing now. And thusly wants one to tank gun since he knows he does everything immediately otherwise within like range of being able to respond to a Pershing. It's a good read of the situation there by Brosras. Stuger would be a good addition as well. Captain Rifle moving up, they've got 318 versus 460. Jesulin still remains in the lead here in terms of victory points versus Brosras. Quick shot there, MD42 caught in a bad spot as well there. Quick retreat, I think, very responsible there by Brosras. Gonna do doing what they can against the advancing infantry from Jesulin. There go, Panther John lands some extra good hits. There we go. There we go. Back here, troops reinforcing. And this is the Major. Half-tank moving about. And quickly deploying into the building. That's going to need flamethrowers to flush it out of Panzer 4. And there you go at the 21-minute mark. Jesulin is able to deploy the M26 Pershing heavy tank to give Brosras and the Krauts a bit of a hard time. Half-tank charging in here. Of course, with double pack 40s, if you can sort of land and set them up in the right spot, it does increase the chances of taking out the half-tank right away. They obviously need to be mindful of the Pershing as well and not just over-focus on the half-tank. But there you go. Strength of the MD42 routed. We got the MD42 almost at the ace level. Players being blasted into bits. You've got the Panther 4 half-8 veteran C2. Pershing hanging back there for Jesulin. Nothing further on then. Brosras' base might be another Panther force planning here versus Jesulin. On that, he should now be aware, of course, the Pershing, and does still commit to the second Panther 4 here. So double Panther 4s and double pack 40s will be his attempt to respond to the Pershing. An interesting pick there by Brosras. In terms of strategy, we can see Jesulin's actually raiding here Brosras' base. A bold, aggressive maneuver there. I mean, certainly also something that's more possible in Angoville, since with the map sort of split as it is, more easy to just say if they focus on starting on one map, or focus on the side of one map, one side of the map, good god, they can certainly push up the other side, you know, the base like that, and that's exactly what Jesulin does here. Bold, cheeky, freaky. Panther 4 close 52 on the Schutzen, rather than taking another hit from the Panther 4, gaining 21 kills that way. Rather than going points in, there goes second Panther 4 ready here for Brosras and for the German army. 22 kills on the Panther 4. Pershing moves up and sneaks off a hit there. Pack 40's round ready for that one. Pushing through the centre here. Half track quickly backing off. We got Major and Rieson's body with the Panzer Cavalry fear. Other Panther 4 splitting off from the main force here. Might be trying to push up the eastern side. He needs to be mindful of that, of course, since if it gets isolated and then dealt with by the Pershing, it's going to leave Brosras feeling very bad about himself. So a bit of caution there will need to be exercised. There you go, so to push back the rifle squad there. Two kills in the Pershing so far. He's been a bit conservative about that. Probably again he's worried about the double pack 40s, but if he doesn't get to do much with the Pershing, I mean it's just a waste of resource there for Jesulin, so kind of needs to achieve something with it. Meanwhile, at least one of the Panzer 4s is having a huge impact there on Jesulin's infantry. They're not in the half tank as of yet. Pershing eastwards, back up in from there. We got a bit of air support ready as well there for Brosras. If we can time it correctly, he could do some serious damage to Jesulin, maybe take out the Pershing as well. And they go calling in. Of course, needs to be mindful of the half tank, which can always quickly shoot down his air support, rendering the ability a lot less effective. A lot of damage there on the Pershing though. No target weak points available. That would have been the best timing there, I think, for Brosras. We had that as well. We can then time it with the target weak points, sort of stun it, and then let it be hit by the air support. That'd be great there for Brosras, but He did not. After they're firing away. There we go, both aircraft shot down. That's really up to the Panther 4, and there you go. Brosras seeks vengeance for the Luftwaffe. And there you go, he raids the base. Going straight for it. Punishing Jesulin now for focusing hard on the east side. And there you go, half track, out of control ambulance gets out of there, but even then, a bold and brazen assault that catches Jesulin off guard. Nice work there, halfway to the ace on that Panzer 4. Nothing further going in Brosras' base. Major moving up with a pair of bazookas. Pershing pursuing the Panzer 4 was all down to less than half health. Need to be careful, he doesn't risk losing the Pershing to Brosras. That would be a double whammy there, which really would put Brosras in a great spot versus Jesulin. There you go, Rav's caught routed. Panzer 4 with Jaeger command squad moving eastwards. Could grab the victory point to the fuel point, really turning the tables on Jesulin. But whether or not he actually goes in that direction, of course, is another matter entirely, but he should do so. Shots fired. Bit more hits there, grabbing the eastern point. Pershing moving in, not even fully repaired. We can certainly sense there's a bit of desperation here by Jesulin's actions when he pushes in the Pershing like that. Heavily damaged and not fully repaired. In fact, repaired at all. So he's definitely feeling the pressure there from Brosras, and Brosras can then sort of exploit that. He could possibly leave Jesulin very crippled. We'll actually see if he does go for that. Does manage that. We got a Sherman away for Jesulin. Nothing further going in Brosras' base. I mean, a Stug right now, just another Panther 4 could be very critical here versus Jesulin. Maybe allow him to finish more fast. Gun 264 versus 433. One spotted being dealt with there. Pushing out the Pioneers backed up with the Panther 4 Major blocking the way. Though in the end he proves not to be a major obstacle. We're going to shoot on way to Brosras. The Sturm is as tight as Filmgi. Very good. Panther 4 moving eastwards. Other Panther 4 hanging back. 30 kills. Close to eventually free. Pershing goes straight for the Panther 4. Landing good hit there. Has managed to repair it somewhat. 40s meanwhile a bit scattered here for Brosras. The Sugar teams are threatening the Panther 4. They're preventing from going deep on the flank there of the Pershing. Good move there by Jesulin, Sherman out. Stug almost down there for Brosras and for Das Vaterland here. No, he cancels it. What is he planning? Oh, he's going for tier 4 instead. Might be planning Panthers instead. I don't know. I think a pair of Stugs and or some Austrians here would be a much bigger pick for Brosras. I mean, the Stugs don't want to just deal with a Pershing, whereas a pair of Austrians, for example, could just allow him to just murder all of Jesulin's infantry, particularly again he manages to draw him into the eastern base, side of the map, and then he rushes the double Austrians into the base. He could quickly clear out a lot of Jesulin's internal elements there, like the ambulance, the infantry, whatever's there, and the pack howitzer. So that could be a nasty move there for Brosras to consider. But instead he's going for mortars, taking up as well there. Panthers certainly also can be quite effective. He's going for another machine gun to contain the infantry, not a bad pick. Back here troops healing and enforcing. Panzer 4 good to go once more there for Brosras and the Panzer Lehr Panzer Division. Panzer 4 heavy fire there, right push back with the command squad. Good hit in the Pershing, penetrating the frontal armour there, close to veteran on the Panzer making only 40. And the 42 hosting down the troops, Captain there versus the Panzer 4. Captain routed. Tier 4 done, he just needs to actually build it. Rather than charging all the G for the feeble Grenadiers, they end up with a very typical German reception, which is shots fired at them. Sherman there with 50 cavalry ready, switching on targets close around, so he's obviously more focusing on the infantry there. Probably get that heavy panzer caught up soonish. Pershing rolling hit there, close to Veteran 2. Straight at the Panther 4 landing, great hit here. Veteran 2 on the Pershing itself. Quick on the rear, close to 22 on the other Panzer IV there for Brosras. Got another Stuka close air support ready to be called in against those armies. A lot of explosions, a lot of fire. Shermans are landing great hit with his just regular rounds. And there you go, wrapping a bit of trouble with the Jaeger command squad, the Grenadiers, more importantly the almost ace Panzer IV. Oh, tree blown apart instead. Numerous squirrels left wounded in the aftermath. Screaming out for mercy from the squirrel god, but there is none. For the squirrel god is a vengeful god. And it's going to be dealing with the infantry. Panther IV moving up to the ace Panther IV, the pocket tiger there engaging Jesulin's infantry with extreme prejudice. Heavy Panzer co-op. Can soon actually go for a Panther here, the Panzer Kampfwagen 5. Pershing setting out there. Actually 13 kills there for Jesulin. Great hit on the Panzer IV, and there we go, air support called in though. I would say rather poor timing there by Brosras, considering he has absolutely no line of sight here. I mean, obviously it's going to force away the Pershing, but I don't feel like he was in such a desperate situation he needed to like spend 200 munitions just on that. I think he was better off saving the munitions than trying to finish off the Pershing rather than just push it away. So that feels like a bit of a panic call there by Brosras, maybe, or just a bad call. Either way, he did a bit of damage, but it's not going to be anything serious, and like now the 200 munitions just achieved nothing. So I feel like that was a bad call there by Brosras. I feel like that was a bad call. 39 kills on the Panther IV, really putting some pressure there on Jesulin. Infantry up these side with the command squad, committees and all that jazz. Second Panther IV half fleet of XC2. But also it's very close to the Panther, though now he's got too many units to call it in. Still, resource-wise, he will be there. Could theoretically try for a Panzer IV or Panzer Lehr for a Sturm Panzer IV. I don't think any of those would be particularly good choices. And in either case, a bit off, I think just going for Osprins, to be honest. Like a pair of Osprins again, I feel like right now would be very handy for Brosras. For aforementioned reasons of just murdering Jesulin's infantry. Moving ahead here for Jesulin, going straight for the Panzer IV. Panther IV rolling back, Panther on the way there for Brosras and Deutschland. Panther IV close to XC2. I mean, this is the sort of situation again where, no, the Pershing's not there, but even in like maybe here, this blue close will ready, like tanks up with the Panzer IV, the ace one, and Cat gets behind this Sherman while you're then calling in the air support. That could be, I think, just in a tight spot here. Bravo close being wiped out. Does he finally land a wipe here versus Jesulin's infantry? Looks like the case answer is that is no. Once more, Panther IV there, ace level, 40 kills. Other Panther IV they're gaining to 13 kills. Captain being slowly ground to dust there beneath the withering fire of the Panzer IV. As the ace one moves ahead here. Ooh. Quick, get his first wipe behind the captain. Pershing moving up, directly on the Panther IV. There you go, the captain expires beneath the Panzer IV ace. 41 kills in service of Deutschland. In the far west, we got an ambush machine gun there dealing with the major with expertise. Quickly cutting down one of his aides, and the major himself may soon perish as well here before the might of the MG42. And there you go, artillery called in the machine gun. He's going to have to retreat that. In the East Panzer IV here, he's not realised, of course, because two could ball up in the air. Oh, he does manage. Still a bit close there because it's too balled up, obviously, in the Eastern Army engagement. Looks like Brosras still managed to keep an eye out on that. Panzer IV being swarmed here with bazookas, need to get out of there fast. Again, there's these kind of infantry tactics. Again, I feel like it's also where the Osprey is really good, since if like opponent's just running straight at you in the open, the Osprey really can do some nasty things. Panther the flank here, going straight for the Pershing, very good. Ace Panther IV, they're pulled away there. Pershing setting out there for Jesulin. Some of these moving up as well, they're engaging the riflemen. I want to get the... I can't easily get out armor support, I'm afraid. There we go, damaging the Panther, bit bad there for Brosras. Got 251, there you go, wipe there on Jesulin. Looks like a rifle squad bit the dust, and the East rifle moving up the west side there. Troops, I guess, reinforcing. Kind of fix up the Panther force, quickly prioritising the Panther here, and there you go, Pershing straight into the pack front here from Brosras, forming up a wall his Pershing cannot pass unless it really wants a lot of large holes in it. Rangers out here for Jesulin, bringing up the big boys with the big toys. Will he go for Thompsons, or might he actually try and go for the bazookas, which, remember, the Rangers get the bazooka experts. which increases the damage and penetration of the bazookas, which of course, on top of all having the high rate of fire, I mean, they can really do some heavy damage to tanks fast. And there you go. Double bazookas, not triple. Interesting. You can actually equip them with triple bazookas rather than just double. Oh, well, that's going to be a problem there for Brosras. And again, might necessitate the Osman sort of as an infantry counter that way. Since again, like if he just runs the Pershings at him, like again the Osmans or the Rangers, not the Pershings, but the Rangers at his tanks, like the Osman has a good chance of cutting them down if sort of properly set up. Anyways, ME14 with advancing troops there. It looks like he got the other one got cleared out, I'm afraid. Ooh, and destroyed. Smoke screen in here by Jesulin. I'm making these to do with Eastern machine gun. There we go. Rangers spring up there. Great hit here from the Panzer 4. Quickly doing a lot of damage there. Panzer 4 quickly backs off. He got 45 kills. Sherman in the east side being dealt with by the Pack 40s and infantry. The Major are not able to really deal with the infantry, and the Sherman sadly cannot withstand the withering fire of the Pack 40s. Panzer 1 east pushing back the Rangers. Good work there. The Panzer 1 are being repaired up quickly. Sherman flying back. Pershing being repaired once more. Only one reaction squad means the repairs will be slow there for Jesulin, and he might want to consider getting up another one to do assist with that. Grab an eastern point. Might want to consider some ambush camouflage on that second machine gun as well. And for that matter, they've got upgrading the Grenadiers with it actually also benefits them. As long as they're actually upgraded with some weapon, ambush camouflage is actually a good addition to the Grenadiers. Light machine guns, G43s, like they basically benefit from it. And there you go, wrapping those the double Panzer 4s, including again the 8s, and the other one is halfway towards the ace level there. Their house slowly crumbling beneath the punishing fire of the Panzer 4s. Ooh, machine caught up in a bad spot and routed. Troops in reinforcing. Panther almost good to go there for Brosras and the Panzer Lehr Panzer Division. Well, at this point, Brosras got a lot of resources floating about. He's a full pop cap. What he could consider is actually setting up machine gun bunkers to defend some of the critical victory points, maybe the fuel points as well. Would require more of a direct response from Jesulin to clear them out. So that could be something there for Brosras to consider. In particular, I mean, sure, he might want missions for the Super Close Escort, so if I not making great use of it anyways. Oh snap, this is bad for the Panther 4. He splits him, so taking some hits here from the Panther 4s and the Pershing. Oh, shot cut off that grenade, off on the Grenadiers. I think that's from the Pershing actually. Ace little Pershing as well, and then he's got the Panther 4 out there. Oh, the Panzer 4 went down. I think that was a missed shot from something else that went off there and then took out the Panzer 4, leaving Brosras in a really bad spot. Panther almost going down, the other Panther from up, Pack 40 moving in, heavy fire here. Grenadiers here, come on, squad running, but the American anti-tank infantry just blazes through. Unconcerned but with Brosras' units, they will occupy with elements anyways. Heavy damage to the Pershing, but it's not quite cleared out there. It is not quite cleared out. Panzer 4 doing what it can, but it's looking a bit rough there. Other Panther there, back at base in dire repairs. Some Panther Grenadiers I think would be a good addition for Brosras. Or again, a flak Panzer. Like you need something that just lay down some serious firepower now as an infantry. And punish them for getting closer, which is usually what the Osman does. Like they just try to run straight an Osman or two, they can get punished spectacularly. So again, an Osman might be something there for Brosras to consider the assault Jesulin's infantry. Another Sherman away there for Jesulin. His tank there being repaired a bit close to the front line. But also it's good to also go for another Panther here. Would be great versus the tanks, but I can't help but feel that with all these bazooka troops, an Osman might just be a slightly better pick. Rifle under fire here, Grenadiers bringing Jaeger command squad joining in.
We're losing a capture point.
Yeah, that Panther is in dire repairs. It's half H52 though, which is pretty great there for Brosras. Pack car to the hanging back close to the ace level there. Fixing up the Pershing once more. There we go, second Sherman out. Another Panther for Brosras. Pushing hard here for the eastern fuel point. We got 245, this is 206. He certainly managed to catch up with Jesulin, actually pushing back in terms of victory points. Very good there for Brosras. Panther still being fixed up. The Pioneers hard at work. Mona will reinforce the other squad there as well, so they can sort of fix it up a bit faster as well. Panther halfway done, going for the western points. He needs some troops to immediately deal with that. Major being suppressed, Sherman hanging about, the high explosive rounds ready, and then he got somebody called in here by the Major on the machine gun position. Will he lose another machine gun here? And is being blasted as well. Close one there. Machine gun taking heavy damage from the artillery. And the Pack 4 is also caught in the danger zone, if you will, there. Almost got the Major. Pack 4 is moving up. They're not caring about the artillery fire. Going straight for the Sherman here. Despite being blasted. And in fact, losing loot big to it. Around the western point here with the Rangers. He's just cutting off territory. And there goes second Panther ready. First one good to go. Panther 1 will need some repairs. That's going to be double Panthers versus 2 Shermans and the Pershing. Though, of course, backed up by a lot of bazooka troops. More Rangers out there. Thompsons this time around, forming up a solid assault infantry that can easily support the tanks as well. Good pick there. I think a lot of people have looked at Rangers with Thompsons being pretty good. They are pretty good. Pershing moving up there. 2 Panthers nearby, plus of course the Packs. Might have a chance. There we go, flanking the Panther already. Artillery range of grenades going off here. The Bazooka team's moving up, need some support there for the Panthers. Some infantry, again, flak Panther support. Those definitely at full pop cap now. You could get up the Panther 4 there. First or second Panther, they're already heavily damaged from fighting with Jesulin's infantry and tanks. Got the Pack 4 moving up again. Bazooka team proving a problem there for Jesulin's or Brosras' Panzerwaffe. Got the Flamethrowers moving up though, but again, still not fully reinforced. Completely losing the western side, not knowing to deal with that. Nope. Never mind, he cancelled the bazookas, forming up. Thompson's forming up another bazooka team. Triple bazookas this time around. Definitely a problem, and definitely is going to require a hard anti-infantry response there from Brosras. Which the Panthers definitely aren't. Rangers moving ahead, he's trying to line of fire the Grenadiers. This is the sort of situation where he's either going to need, you know, a lot of machine guns, or he's going to need a lot of Osprins to cut through those Rangers efficiently enough. Right now, Brosras only got 1 machine gun and no Osprint. Ravner being shot to bits out in the open. Panther needs to be fixed up there. Fixing up the first one though. He's still got his Panzer 4 there, which is almost ace level, but the situation with Brosras is down to look a bit tight again here. Air support running down here, doing some damage to the tanks, but again, unable to finish it off there. He's moving ahead with the Panther though, pretty risky, at least he's sending another one. Pretty risky there, running straight to all of, of course, Jesulin's bazookas. Doing a lot of damage to the Panther. See all the Ranger ones. Reinforcing healing, MG42 on the way for Brosras. You can go for that, obviously. Got the eastern points here. A few S-mines I think would also be helping, maybe slowing down some of Jesulin's infantry. But he's completely can see the west side there, the map for now, to Jesulin and the 3rd Armoured. Rather than charging at the Grenadiers here. MG42 almost done there for Brosras once more. He should, by the way, add 10 more machines to the Panther. There we go, since that does help versus infantry, at least somewhat. I mean, it does help. Rangers with the Panther got lucky that the shots bounced. Ram flanking up there. Panther sniping one of the Rangers. Very good there. Machine dealing with advancing infantry from the front. Lack of anything about support is a bit of a problem there for Brosras. Panther taking heavy damage from Rangers' bazookas. That's sort of firing down the machine gun, causing a problem. On the machine gun there is moving westwards, but first but now eastwards. A bit late there to the party. Ram the western victory point there. Rangers could be cleared out with the Jaeger command squad with a bit of luck. At least forced away. There we go. Routed. Some intense action there between Jesulin and Brosras. Some larger armoured clashes. I mean, rare we get to see double Panthers from the Wehrmacht. But they're not really helping out this all the bazooka infantry, and he's starting to get close to the tanks with the Panthers anyways due to the bazookas. Fighting for the eastern victory point again. We got 220 versus 160. So many repairs just being conducted on those Panthers and everything else so consistently. Big armor push into the west of here. Can you respond with the Panthers? Maybe, but does Brosras wish to risk it? I think the answer to that might actually be a no. Certified Consul also being in a bit of a nuisance there for Brosras. And there's in the front, we got the Major nearby though. Dundee's about to get wiped out. Not good. Unless you're Jesulin, in which case that's great. Panther moving up. Oh, big mistake there. The rear armor got exposed. Probably some bad Panther there though. Panthers, well, generally tanks just have a tendency of turning around despite being reversed move. They tend to make weird turns, which is very frustrating. There we go. Shaman under fire here though. Close to victory on that Panther. 220 versus 129. Rangers moves into the Panther 4. He shoots, gets a good hit, but it doesn't kill anyone. There we go. Coming is joining in though, quickly lands some kill. Also worth noting, he hasn't upgraded the Panther 4 with pin mark machine gun. Slight oversight there in my opinion. Rifleman with Rangers Sherm backing up there, making a hard push for these to victory point here. Panther shoots, misses. Machine gun ready, but will it be enough? Until if Jesulin just throws down smoke on it, on front of it. Going for the victory point. Infantry being blasted. Machine gun about to be cleared out, too low on health, and no sandbags to cover it up as well. And go wiped out on the machine gun on the west flank there. Pershing wheels over to the Pack 40. Good hit there. Flanking with bazookas on the flank. Very good there by Jesulin. Good flank. Machine gun recruit, but the situation for Brosras remains a bit awkward. He's also playing his tanks very passively. He's clearly worried about all the bazooka teams. He's clearly quite worried, but if he just prevents himself then as an artillery target for Jesulin's artillery, he's not going to get much further either. Another hit down the Pershing. 25 kills on the Panther 4 machine gun crew wiped out with the Sherman. Both Shermans actually a bit exposed. He could try and go for them. Though of course we could let the Panzer Rangers bring up the bazookas, which has quickly put a stop to that. Of course he's quickly reacting to it. Bazooka hits there, dealing damage to the Panzer 4. Panzer 5 switching back as well. Got the Pack 40 pushing ahead here, inflaming up here. Some slightly messy action here from Brosras trying to react to all of Jesulin's moves. There you go. Panther Pershing moving ahead as well. You got 220 versus 119. Troops in reinforcing, should try and sneak something westwards if possible. Directly on the Pershing from our Pack Howitzer. On the Panther from the Pack Howitzer, not on the Pershing. The Pershing isn't really being hit at the moment. And there's, I think, an opportunity might try, hunt down some of Jesulin's armor, but he's cautious again. Those bazooka teams are leaving Brosras very, very cautious. Now then, tank on the way there for Jesulin. Somebody's about to get wiped out. Pershing shoots, misses. Panther half health, taking damage there from the bazookas. Rifleman up, needs to get the Panther out. There we go. Rangers being on the flank as well. The big problem there for Brosras. He's about to use the Panther to all the bazookas. Combat blitz. Main gun out. Not good. Panther dealing with infantry front, so still a machine gun. Panther move forwards here, trying to take out the Shermans again. More bazookas threatening him. Infantry goes up the flank. There you go. Panther explodes as the bazookas just haul up and tear apart Brosras' left flank. Rangers being shredded up close here. Machine gun about to get murdered out there as well. Panther taking him down from the bazookas. We've got 220 versus 98. Brosras' infantry is mostly gone now. A disastrous development, which makes it hard to keep all of Jesulin's bazookas away from him. There you go. More and more units getting wiped out. The situation for Brosras is starting to look like an absolute morass here, as these units are just frantically fighting for survival wherever they are. Sturm Punch on the way now. That's definitely not going to help, I think. And there you go. His second Ace Panther 4 explodes as well beneath a volley of bazookas that cook off the internal munitions. There you go. GG, game over. A brutal slug out here on Angoville with a lot of maneuver, but in the end, I feel like Brosras committed too heavily to the Panthers, which I still feel like aren't that good. I mean, overall, Wehrmacht Tier 4 still feels to an extent vestigial, and I think you just stuck to like the Supremo Corps, gone for double Ostwind, maybe some Stuks, or just stuck to the Panzer 4s, and that way just begun shredding Jesulin's infantry. I feel like in this particular, again, like he already hit double Pack 40s, like why not just focusing on murdering the infantry more efficiently, in which case, again, double Ostwinds. Backed up a Panzer Force, I think would have done the trick a lot better there for Brosras. Maybe some Panzer grenades as well. So there you go. But overall, well played. They were both. Jesulin also, I think, handled quite well. Some good flanks, some good maneuvering. Good use of smoke. Could have used combined arms. That's really my main criticism there. So I hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell friends, tell family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all you want for audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.